Baruch Hashem Yah, Bahashem Yahushua. Baruch Hashem Yahushua. Shalom, family. Today's lesson is titled Journey to the Ram. And I want to discuss the importance of trusting in Yahuah. Understanding that we're going to have to endure until the end. Understanding that whatever we are in, whatever we are facing right now, and of course, in the context of trusting Yah, in the context of serving Him, in the context of desiring to please Him, whatever you are going through or find yourself in is designed by Him and has a beginning, middle, and end. There is a conclusion to what you are going through. There is a ram that has been provided for you. Okay, and we're going to get into that. But understand that in the kingdom there are countless rams at the ready for Yah's people. There are just an endless pasture of rams. And, in a spiritual sense, symbolic sense, they are a way out. They are an answer. They are a provision. Okay. And we're going to cover some things. Of course, many of you may know already where I'm going to be going. Maybe talk about Abraham and Isaac. But we're going to kind of look at it and apply it to the current condition, the current situation that you may find yourself in, or a current journey you might be taking, and how Yah is in it and already has the outcome set up for you. But it is a proving time for you, testing time for you, and confirmation. Yah already knows how you're going to handle it, what you will do, but even confirmation for you, because sometimes you just don't know how you're going to react until you're in a situation. Okay. And Yah will show you yourself too, whether that's good or bad. We want to be on the right side. We want to make sure we keep our trust, our faith, our confidence, right? So it's important that we cover this and that we think about this, because we are in troubling times. We're in trying times on a global scale, but then personally, each one of us has things that we are dealing with and trusting Yah for. And maybe we don't understand what's happening right now and what's may have been happening for a while. But we're going to kind of go through the scriptures and see what it says to us. Okay, I want to start with 1 Peter 5, verse 10. And it reads, "The Elohim of all favor, who called you to His everlasting esteem by Messiah Yahushua, after you have suffered a while, Himself perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you." We just have to keep this in the back of our minds. There is a journey here that we're going to cover. But after you have sufficiently endured and has shown and proven what Yah wants you to show and prove, then He will perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. And that is that ram that will be provided, that provision that will be made. Okay. And again, this is written. It is a pattern. It is going to happen. Okay. If you're serving Yah, you're going to go through these created and anointed patterns that Yah has for us, for His people. And He will show through this His power and His faithfulness to you. All right, we're going to keep going. Psalm 23:4. When I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So, wherever you are right now, you're walking through, you're going through, we are expected to remember this, that we are to fear no evil, even though it may even be all around us. The situation may look so bleak because you're in the valley of the shadow of death, of course. And you may have been there a while, of course, in our understanding of time. But when you're in there and you've been in there for years, as many of us have, you are to fear no evil. Why? Because you know that Yahuah is with you in that situation, that circumstance, even though you may not feel that he is. Okay? Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You have to believe that this is the situation that you're in, that you do have comfort. And you do. There are times of refreshing. There are times where you feel good in your spirit. Even though it seems like everything's going wrong. This is Yah comforting you during that journey. Okay? Now we're going to get into Genesis. We're going to talk about Abraham and what he had to endure. He endured many things, but we're going to kind of focus on his son Isaac and what he was asked to do, and kind of break down some of this and see how it parallels in a symbolic sense and in as far as the emotions you feel and the way you feel about a thing. Okay. And it's closely tied to a lot of things that we are going through, that we may find ourselves in. And we'll get into that, but let's go to Genesis 22, 1-5. And it came to be after these events that Elohim tried Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, here I am. And he said, take your son now, your only son, Isaac, or Yishak, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains which I command you. All right, so here we have this task. Okay. And then, he tells us, you're going through this thing. you see something before you that may look impossible. It may look like a lose-lose. But there's no way of winning this. You just endure to the end, and then, the worst happens. Of course, that's what the enemy wants you to believe. But let's keep going here. Abraham rose early in the morning and saddled his donkey and took 2 of his young men with him and Yitzchak his son. And he split the wood for the burnt offering, arose and went to the place which Elohim had commanded him. So he's obedient in this, willing to sacrifice. And that sacrifice, something dear and things that we might hold dear, that you don't care about losing, in the sense that, we giving up everything for you. We don't care what it is. This is the mindset he's looking for. How important Isaac was to him, of course, promised to him. And now Yah is saying, hey, you're going to have to offer him up as a burnt offering, okay? Slay him on the altar to me. And are we willing to just sacrifice? And this, applies to us in a symbolic sense, okay? Things that we hold dear. Give them up for Yah. Give them up for Yahuah. And not put them in front of him, or make them more important than him, whether it be your job, whether it be your health, whatever. Because, people will say, hey, this is at least what the enemy wants us to say. If everything's not going the way I want it to go, in my money, with my job, with my body, with my situation, okay, then, I'm not going to be happy serving you. This is the way Master Lucifer, devil, whatever you want to call him, Satan, wants us to conduct ourselves. Only if things are going our way. Will we be happy serving Yah? Will we not complain? Will we, be in a situation where, hey, we're willing to do whatever as long as everything's going well? But are you willing to not have to lose something? Or, again, the appearance of you losing something. Because you can't lose anything if Yah doesn't want you to. And if he takes something from you, then he's going to replace it with something else, something better. But when you're in the midst of going through this thing, it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't seem that way. But are you willing to say, I don't care how I feel. I don't care what the situation looks like. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to love you. I'm going to obey you. I'm going to stand my ground like a tree planted by the waters. I'm not going to be moved. I'm going to stay on this journey. I'm going to stay on this path until you, Abba Yah, decide the end and whatever that end is going to be. I believe, because the word scripture teaches us that you will bring us out into a prosperous place. You will bring us out into a better position than we were when we went in. Okay? Even if we've been in 20 plus years. Because Yah doesn't count time like we do. Are we willing to just sacrifice it all to Yah? All we have and say, take it. Long as I can serve you. Long as I am pleased in your sight. Because there are things that we endure and things that we go through that Yah himself has always said. He himself has brought it upon us. He himself has done it. If you're serving Yah, if you're obeying him and you're trusting him, then everything you go through, regardless of how it looks and feels, Yah is the author of it. And there's a reason for that. Okay, so let's keep going. On the third day, Abraham, this is verse 4, lifted up his eyes and saw the place from a distance. So Abraham said to his young men, stay here with the donkey while the boy and I go over there and worship and come back to you. Again, it's a faith statement, and we talked about this in the past, but he just knew some kind of way it's going to work out for my good. And there will be worship going on, you see. Because, when the enemy is telling you you're going to die or you're going to lose this or they're going to take that. But you just say, well, I'm going to worship Yah regardless. And I'm going to have what I'm supposed to have. I'm going to have what I've been asking for, but even better. The outcome's going to be beneficial for me. And I will glorify Yah in that thing. And it goes back to this is the day that Yahuah has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Okay, let's keep it going. Genesis 22, 6-8. Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on Yitzchak his son, and took fire in his hand and a knife, and the two of them went together. And Yitzchak spoke to Abraham and said, my father. He said, here I am, my son. He said, I see the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? Okay, so he's questioning him. What's going on? I don't see what I'm supposed to be seeing. And then Abraham in this journey and this walking up to this place, you have to understand that journey he took. I mean, every step probably was heavier than the last. It probably seemed like the longest walk he ever took. I've been there where I was going to a place and I knew I was going there. And the situation was not favorable to me or my family. And that drive there seemed so long. But I knew I had to go there and endure what Yah had for me, my wife and children to endure, all for his glory. And we all have those situations. Whatever it is, your journey to that place, your journey to the resolution or whatever you're desiring or dreading, you're heading there with faith, in obedience, knowing that some kind of way, maybe you can't get specific because see, Yah's ways are not our ways, but he will come through for you in a way that you have not yet imagined, give you a job that you weren't even looking for, just wake you up one day and you're healed. I mean, I have witnessed it all. I've seen all these things. This is the way Yah moves. We do not understand it because he's not going to allow us to. All we have to do is cast not away our confidence. Stay the course. Stay in the valley. You can't get out. You got to go through it. But go through it the right way. What did Abraham say, verse 8, to the question about, hey, there's no lamb here. There's nothing here. Abraham said, my son, Elohim does provide for himself lamb for a burnt offering. And the two of them went together. This is a faith statement as well. Oh, he's going to provide. I can't tell you how. Okay. But he knew some kind of way it's going to work out in his favor. That's where you need to be right now. Okay. I'm on the journey to the ramp. Some kind of way I'm going to have this work out in my favor. Okay. Let's keep going. And you notice Yah is quiet in this whole walk. Yah isn't talking. He told him, hey, this is what you're going to do. But then he didn't talk to him anymore. He wasn't saying anything to him. This whole probably felt like 100-day journey. It seemed like Yah's not talking to you at all. You may be talking to him and praying and even fasting and doing all these things. But it doesn't seem like he's really talking to you. But there's a reason for that. And we'll get into that a little later. But let's keep on going here. Okay. Genesis 22, 9 through 14. And they came to the place which Elohim had commanded him, and Abraham built an altar there and placed wood on it in order. And he bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar. So he's just continuing his obedience. Okay. You have to continue with your obedience, right? I'm going to keep on going. It doesn't matter what I lose or what I might appear to be losing. I'm going to keep on believing. This is how it applies to us, okay? Because Yah will set these scenarios up where it appears that you will be losing or not winning or not improving. But yet you have to keep trusting. All the while you're being accused. So a lot of things happen in your mind because Yah might not be talking, but the devil is. How Satan is talking to you. He's telling you that you're going to die or you're going to lose this, that, and the third. And it's because you did this, that, and the third. And he accuses us all day. All right. So he laid him on the wood. He did all this stuff. And Abraham stretched out his hand, took the knife to slay his son. Okay. Obedience to the end. But then angel, a messenger, Yahuah, called him. Now Yah's going to talk. Abraham. He said, here I am. He said, don't lay a hand on the boy nor touch him. Okay. And this was already pre-planned. Yah was not going to allow him to be harmed or touched. For now I know. Let's look at this. See, this is where we're journeying to this point. And you're still in it. You're still enduring. You're still because we haven't got to this point yet. Yah says, now I know that you fear Elohim, seeing you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. You are not withholding your health, your job, your whatever. You're willing to sacrifice whatever for me, your family. Because a lot of us, especially when you know who you are and you try to explain it, you get banished. I mean, you get destroyed by your family. Your enemies are those of your own household sometimes. People look at you like you're crazy. They talk about you like something wrong. They do things they would normally do. Because now the enemy is angry because he thought he had you in a delusion or a state of deep sleep. But you are now waking up, figuring things out because Ruach HaKodesh is talking to you. And you are turning away from wickedness as we commanded to do. and seeking Yah with all your heart. And now, you the black sheep, so to speak. Something wrong with you. I mean, this is happening to people. They laughing at you or whatever, you know. They don't take you seriously. You might still come around there, you know, but they just look at you with pity and, you know, you out here in their minds a fool. And you know it and you feel it. But you have not withheld your son from me. You are not withholding anything from me, because that's all Abraham had. The son, the child of promise, Yitzchak, Isaac, his son with his wife that was promised him. So Abraham lifted his eyes and looked and saw behind him a ram, calling the bush by its horns. A ram, there's plenty of them out here. Yah has an unlimited supply of them for us. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered it an offering instead of his son. Abraham called the name of the place Yahuah Yireh. As it is said to this day, on the mountain Yahuah provides. This is where we are headed to. A provision, a ram in the bush, a solution, an answering of prayers, a strong arm to deliver us from what we are currently going through. Because Yah is going to continue to show himself strong on our behalf. This is something he's been waiting to do for us. The awakening of his people and those who trusted in him, understanding who he is, coming out of all this delusional mess, this Babylonian system. And Yah is saying, I've been waiting to show myself to you for real. I've been waiting to do these things for you. Delighting in having you in these situations so that he can show himself strong. So you can understand what Abraham felt. But behind the scenes, you know, there were some things going on. And this is what's happened behind the scenes for us a lot of times. You see in the book of Job and Jubilees, which is supposed to be a apocryphal book, not included in the normal so-called canon of the Bible, but we need to study and show ourselves approved, because the kingdom of heaven is like leaven hidden in 3 measures of meal. We need to read, we need to understand everything and pray for guidance and along the way. Look at Jubilees 17:15 through 17. We're kind of talking a little bit about behind the scenes with what happened with Abraham. Okay, verse 15 reads, And the prince Mastema came and said before Elohim, Behold, Abraham loves Yitzchak your son, and delights in him above all thing else. Bid him to offer him as an ascending smoke offering on the altar, and you will see if he will do this command, and you will know if he is faithful in everything wherein you do try him. So, what you're going through right now, this is pretty much probably what happened behind the scenes. Hey, let her go through this. Let him go through that. Take this from him all. Put him in this situation for years. And we'll see if he's going to be faithful in everything that you're trying him with. Because I don't think he will be. This is the conversation. Now, Yahuah knew that Abraham was faithful in all his afflictions. I'm going to read that again. Now, the Psalm 66, I believe, tells us that Yah, he tries us. And he brings us through fire and through water and all those things. But lays affliction on our loins. Okay. Yes, he's doing these things to us. But look here, verse 16 again. And Yahuah knew that Abraham was faithful in all his afflictions. For he had tried him through his country with the famine. And he had tried him with the wealth of kings. And he had tried him again through his woman when she was torn from him. And with circumcision. And had tried him through Ishmael and Hagar, his maidservant, when he sent them away. So he was tried all these times with different afflictions and different tests. And we are no different. And in everything wherein he had tried him, he was found faithful. And his soul was not impatient. And he was not slow to act. For he is faithful and a lover of Yahuah. Okay? This is where we want to be. We want to be faithful Okay, now this in the midst of this journey, this sad, heavy, long, tenuous, stressful, sometimes painful in many different ways journey. You have to be patient. Okay. Not slow to act. He tell you to do something, you got to do it. And faithful and the lover of Yahuah. Through all of this. Because, of course, what is the enemy going to say? He ain't thinking about you. Why are you thinking about him? You praying for nothing. He's not answering you. He's not going to. You've done this, that, and the third. He's displeased, so he's doing this to you. You understand? All these accusations are going to come. You might as well stop trying to live this way. Forget it. You ain't getting nothing out of it. You see, this is the point. You will stay faithful in the love of Yahuah. Hallelujah. This is what we need to do. Because we are on a journey to this ram that's already there. It's provided. It's a provision. Because it's written. It is written. Yahuah Yareh. On the mountain, Yahuah provides. So it's already done. And you're walking up the mountain. And it feels like you're walking up the mountain. Uphill battle, right? But you are on a journey to the ram that Yah has provided. This is the way we have to think about this. Regardless of how it feels, regardless of how long it's been, regardless of how, you think you done all you could do, you just have to continue on until Yah comes in and perfects, establishes, strengthens, and settles you. This is the journey we need to be on now. This is the journey you are on now. And we all know, individually what you're going through. You know what it is for you. So we pray, so you read, so you continue to stay faithful. Because Yah has a ram in the bush. So hopefully this encourages you. This will help you in some kind of way. Always read, study, pray. There's a lot going on and a lot more getting ready to go on out in this world. So we have to be prepared. This is part of that preparation. This personal journey with Yah. These personal tests, these personal afflictions, these personal things that we prove ourselves. Because we're going to need to have all that built up because there's some hard times coming. And Yah said he would protect his people and watch over them. Until next time, hallelujah. And may Yah add a blessing to his word.